Saudi National Bank nearly doubles its Q2 net profit, and Aldar acquires DoubleTree by Hilton in Iraq. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Saudi National Bank nearly doubled its net profit in Q2 this year due to higher operating income and lower expenses. SNB's net profit rose 98.14% to $1.2 billion for the quarter, compared with $616.6 million in the year earlier period. Higher earnings were attributed to higher total operating income and lower net impairment charges. Operating income rose by 10.3% year-on-year, mainly due to higher net special commissions and fees from banking services. Expenses were down by 36.5% due to lower rent and premises-related expenses. Abu Dhabi-based Aldar Properties has acquired DoubleTree by Hilton Resort and Spa, a major resort in Ras Al Khaimah, and an adjacent beachfront plot for $220.5 million. It's part of Aldar's plans to expand its portfolio outside of the capital. The property firm's latest deal was carried out through its Aldar investment arm. It takes the company's total exposure in Ras Al Khaimah to $540 million after it acquired Al Hamra Mall and Rixos Bab al Bahar earlier this year. ADNOC has awarded 2 contracts worth $2 billion to ADNOC Drilling for the Hale and Ghasha development project. The contracts are for integrated drilling services and fluids and for the provision of 4 island drilling units. A third contract, valued at $681 million, was also awarded to ADNOC Logistics and Services for the provision of offshore logistics and marine support services. Overall, more than 80% of the value of the awards will flow back into the UAE's economy under ADNOC's in-country value program. Staying with energy, Gazprom has delivered on its pledge to drastically cut gas deliveries to Europe today to 20% of the Nord Stream pipeline's capacity. The Russian energy giant announced it would choke supply to 33 million cubic meters a day today, half the amount it's been delivering since service resumed last week after 10 days of maintenance work. Gazprom says it stopped operating one of the last 2 operating turbines for the pipeline because of a technical issue. Results now. British bank Lloyds saw its net profit drop more than a quarter in the first half as it warned of the impact of surging inflation. Profit after tax slumped 27% to $3.4 billion compared with H1 2021. Lloyds says the persistency and potential impact of higher inflation remains a source of uncertainty for the UK economy as many consumers grapple with cost of living pressures. The bank booked an impairment charge of $455 million, including a hit from customers struggling to pay higher interest charges. Lucky Strike cigarette maker British American Tobacco saw a drop in its first half profit driven by impairment charges related to the transfer of its Russian business. Profit from operations was down 25% at $4.44 billion. As the group recorded a charge worth $1.15 billion on the transfer of its Russian business. BAT says while it's not immune to the current macro environment, it's confident in its full-year guidance irrespective of the timing of the transfer of its Russian business. GSK has lifted its full-year forecast, boosted by reinvigorated demand for its blockbuster Shingrix vaccine. GSK now expects 2022 sales to rise 6 to 8% and adjusted operating profit to increase by 13 to 15%. This excludes any contributions from its COVID-19 solutions business. Previously, GSK forecast full-year sales to grow 5 to 7% and adjusted operating profit to rise 12 to 14%. Canada's Shopify saw a 16% rise in Q2 as more SMEs used the e-commerce giant's platform to set up stores online. Revenue rose to $1.3 billion, in line with analysts' average estimates of $1.33 billion. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest loser today is Elon Musk, down $6.8 billion overnight with net wealth of $243.9 billion. Our second biggest loser today is Jeff Bezos, down $6.3 billion with net wealth of $140.5 billion. And our third place loser is Jim Walton, who holds about 50% of Walmart stock. He is down $3.7 billion with net wealth of $58.8 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest Billionaires news. For the first time in 14 years, McDonald's will increase the price of its cheeseburger in Britain. The cost of a burger will rise by 20% as it responds to soaring inflation. The increase, which will take the cheeseburger above the psychologically important price point of £1, comes as British consumer price inflation hovers around 40-year highs and is forecast to top 11% in October. I'm Ramya Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.